In this video, we'll see how to issue a credit memo to a customer. When is a credit memo issue? Happens when there is a reduction to a sales transaction which was originally recorded on an invoice. And the invoice has already been sent to a customer. It is not appropriate to void or delete the invoice because it's already reached the customer, and doing so will only create more confusion. So now you have to issue a credit memo to adjust the invoice. To create a credit memo, click on the plus sign or the create icon and click on create credit memo. Here, make sure you use the right dates. I will go by memo on page 198. The first credit memo is for Red Rock Diner, who only used one pest control treatment. So we will change the dates to reflect the date on the memo, which is 1/12/17, and the customer is Red Rock Diner. The product or service is pest control, and we are refunding the cost of one pest control treatment. So $135, and you click on save and close. Move out of this, cancel, and click on save and close. So 1038 is saved. When I go back to sales, customers, when I go to Red Rock Diner, I see the credit memo 1038, which has been saved. Also, there is a $0 payment which is showing on the current date. So here is where the system links the credit memo to the invoice. So if you click on payment, you can understand what I'm saying. So you see Red Rock Diner customer, and the $35 has been linked to invoice 1024. We need to change the dates on the received payment. Why do we do that? Because if you have a question later relating to the credit memo and do not understand where it has been adjusted, it is best to keep this transaction close to the credit memo with the same dates. So in case of any questions later, you can refer to this received payment to see which invoice the credit memo was linked to, and then click on save and close. Say yes to modify. So now the payment has been saved with the credit memo dates. The next transaction on the credit on the memo on page 198 is a refund receipt for Diego Rodriguez. So when do we use a refund receipt? If you have already received payment on an invoice from a customer and then you want to adjust the invoice, you have to issue a refund receipt since payment has already been received. It also happens when in the case of a cash sale, when you have to refund the customer. Again, use the plus sign to create a refund receipt. The customer is Diego Rodriguez, and change the dates to reflect the date on the memo. And here we will refund weekly gardening service, one quantity. Again, it's going to be $35. Once you do this, make sure you choose the correct account on the sales receipt. We have to determine where the refund is going to come from. Obviously, it will be either from the checking account in case you've already deposited the funds. If you have received the payment from the customer but have not deposited the funds yet, then the refund will come from undeposited funds. In our example here, we will select checking account as the refund coming out of, and then save and close the refund receipt. Refund successfully issued. Then if you go back to sales and customers and look at customer Diego Rodriguez. You will see the refund issued to the customer. As always, I will go back to reports, journal, and understand the transaction journal entry. Change the dates here to reflect the date of the credit memo and the refund receipt. We see the credit to Red Rock Diner. So understand the journal entry behind that. The credit is given to the customer. So AR Red Rock Diner for $35, and the debit is in the income account. So this reduces the income. This is of course the payment which is of $0 related to the credit memo. Then the next is the refund. If you look at the entry here, checking credit because the money has come out of the checking account, and once again there is a debit to the income account, so it reduces your income account. So what this will imply is a check will be issued to Diego Rodriguez in the amount of $35.